Welcome back to another episode of Muse, where we talk about anything creative. You have your hosts, Ezra.
And Nasim.
Bro, what we talk about today, man?
Dude, today, we don't keep it nice, we don't keep it sharp, we don't keep it simple. We're talking about what we both are.
Wait. How are you doing?
No one ever asks that anymore. It's just like, they just think that I'm smiling and that, I'm saying hello and that, that I'm looking gorgeous every time I wake up, that I'm okay, but... I am. I'm blessed, beyond belief. I'm very grateful for the life I have, but I would say I'm good. How about you?
Man, that's good. We had a great week. We recorded a couple of shorts. It might be out before this. Like, some of them might be out before this run, right?
I think they all should be out. This should be one of the later ones.
Okay,
This should be one of the later ones, but I'm excited for it. I want you guys, well, they should already have seen it.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. So today we're going to be talking about what we both are. We're artists and we're working full time. So how does an artist operate while working full time and having to support themselves with an external job that's not within art?
I feel like that's a wonderful question because we both are kind of in that situation right now as we build what we have going on here and as we build our personal art.
Yeah.
So, I know that you are balancing between a job, editing videos, doing your own videos, doing shoots. How do you feel like? What do you think is a great way to balance those things?
The funniest thing, bro, is because when it comes to a job is primarily disposable for me. I have yet to be settled into more of like a full-time career within maybe my major and like things within that spectrum. Okay. But a lot of times, especially within this year, bro, I have been job hopping out the ass, bro. Like I start here. You already know me. I'm talking to you like, dude, yeah, I quit that job.
Bro, what's the shortest you've been at a job?
Dude, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. How about you?
Maybe like a year.
Job security, guys. We need more employees like you, man. If I was starting a job like a career for people like maybe like a trash company,
half a year.
At the end of the day, bro, that's still good, bro. Yeah. Like I've given people 2 weeks, bro. Like I wasted their time.
I put them 2 weeks. Look, as soon as you got hired, 2 week notice.
Yes, bro. Legit. Like soon I got hired, I already read out like, bro, this is temporary. But I think the funny thing is about like within a job spectrum is that we do have the liberty to be like, this is just a temporary place. And it is very disposable. But within like our art and stuff, that isn't disposable for us. So it's vital within our life. So we got to continue to like process in ways to understand how can we keep something that's very beneficial for us, and it's not an option.
Exactly. That's a very thing, not an option. Because for me, when it comes to art, it's like it's the essence of what I live for. And of course I live for a lot of things, but art is very important to me. It's close to my heart. So I feel like getting a job, going to school, all these other things are kind of like side quests.
Yeah.
When being an artist is like the main thing. It's all those things help me support or push myself to receive that level of, I would say, I don't know, it wouldn't be a plateau, but like that level of art
success.
I want to be at. Success, exactly.
For
the level of success I want to be. So ultimately, I just hold it as a way of living, and those are just like tasks.
And I definitely agree. Like basically, what we're saying is a lot of things outside of art is a means to an end.
Yes.
They have an end date and they have a start date. They have a start date and they have an end date. But when it comes down to something like art, it is no start or end. It's just life. That is what life is for. And creating this work and sharing this work is just a cycle that we need to continue to have. And it's definitely vital for our life source, for sure. So I definitely like that. So like, bro, how have you struggled to balance working and doing art at the same time?
Well, I would say that it comes down to energy and mental fatigue. Mm-hmm. So the job I work right now, I deal with a lot of customer service. Though I am also an artist there, so I do art projects there as well. But a part of it is I do customer service. And that takes a lot of mental fatigue, talking to people and just dealing with people's problems, because you're taking on everyone else's problems when you ask like how you doing. Mm-hmm. Some people be like bad.
For sure.
So I feel like when I take that on, and sometimes when I would get home, I would be tired. So I decided to have to do what I enjoy first. So, for instance, now I work nights. So now what I've been doing is waking up at 5 or 6 and getting started on my creative process, and doing that all morning and then going to work. So I feel like it also comes down to how important is it to you to succeed, because a lot of times people fall out of their dreams due to the societal pressure of being, is it blue collar worker?
Yeah, blue collar worker, white collar worker, whatever. They both, I think have the same stress.
So a lot that stresses on people to go to college, to get a degree, to work a job that has financial security. Yeah. To be able to raise kids, to have a house, a mortgage, a car. So I feel like that pressures on a lot of things down on people. That pressures people to do certain different things and let go of their dreams. And I feel like the way you gotta think about it is thinking of your art as a way to provide that security for your family, provide that support for your family, because ultimately, like, you have to take it as another part of you, as a way of life.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like that. Taking that, trying to find, like, the main goal is to make your art that provider. Yeah. And that shift, but that doesn't mean that job or that school is bad. You feel me? I think it's all about time maximizing. True. You got to be able to maximize time. You got to be able to maximize in complete effort for the things that you love. So,
because do you really do you really want it? Because like, I know a lot of people who scroll on the phone for hours. Got to cut that out. Watching a favorite TV show and binging it. Got to cut that out. I like to go out and socialize, but I like to set every day of the week for different things. So I know that twice a month. I'm dedicated to creating content for this. I know that twice a month I'm dedicated to working hard on making my own work and projects. Yeah. And I know that 2 days out of the month, I actually socialize and go out to do something. Right. And to some people, I feel like people will be like, damn, it's only 2 days a week. I mean, only 2 days a month. But I feel like it's because I really want it.
Yeah, for sure. And it is about if you really want it, and having that proper structure in your life does allow and allude to that. Like, for example, I was in this conversation. I was in this studio space at the time. I was talking to these other 2 artists that was just great, and it was so smart and talented. But basically, we was talking about, like, the struggles of just working, wanting to find yourself, and basically wanting to be self-efficient within art. But basically, I alluded to, and I was basically saying that, I spoke on that it isn't bad to work. Working isn't bad. School isn't bad. Things that distract you from your art isn't bad. But how do we maximize our time within that to be able to maximize our time within art? So when we're making money, how is that money beneficial? Because that same time that you're spending in that job can be helping you build capital that you can invest a lot more into your artwork that you never had at first. So everything, when you have that purpose and that perspective within that purpose for whatever task you're doing, it makes it more digestible, because you know that it's helping me get to this point where I can help this work become way stronger. Think about it. If you want to get into music, now you can afford better studio time. If you want to get into fine art, now you can afford better materials. All those things are very essential.
Yeah, I also feel like it's important to align your interest in what you want to pursue with what you want to create and what you want to do on a daily basis.
I love that.
I know that for me, my chill time is like I like to watch some shows. I like to read comics, manga, whatever it is. But I'm actively enjoying it. While as an artist, they say that you can't be a consumer and producer. I don't necessarily agree. You have to actively think through those things that you're consuming. Yeah,
for sure. I definitely agree with that.
When you watch a movie, you're like, oh, I really like how you did this camera angle. I really like this shot, this color grading.
You gotta watch it through an artist's perspective.
Yeah, you can still enjoy it. It's just like, if you want to utilize and maximize that time, you kind of have to think of the world differently. Yeah.
Even when you're doing whatever, bro. Like, let's say you're getting in the gym, bro. You're getting into working out. Yeah. It's this thing as, like, photographers, you train your mind to be able to capture that. Even when you're not taking pictures, you're thinking about, okay, oh, bro, how that light contrast, that light to shadow contrast over there. So think of it. If I'm jogging, if I'm into jogging, as I'm going through my jog, I can be maximizing my mind by pushing it to think creatively to different subjects. Like, how would I capture that if I was capturing that image? So I think that, like you're saying, bro, like digesting all forms of content through an artist's mind.
So you're even going down to another level of like even every action you're making. How can you that's a good point, because I do realize when I'm outside, I'm talking to somebody, and I'm like, how does this person's mannerisms work? How do they talk? How do they move their body? And maybe I can illustrate that in a story of mine that'd be like, oh, this person acts this way. Or when I'm acting, or when I'm trying to direct someone, or when I'm trying to record something, it's like, oh, from what I observed in my regular daily life, I'm going to put in there. So, once again, flipping your perspective and looking at the world as your inspiration.
And I think that's like the main root goal, you know? And I like how he was talking about basically maximizing time, being able to give purpose to time, you know, and also being able to find inspiration into all things.
Yes.
But another thing is, bro, is that self, like you said, that self-pacing, that self-structure. My mom said this to me, and I really love it. She said, if you take baby steps, you'll get baby blessings. You know, if you take baby steps, you have a baby life. So basically, when you're going throughout life, and you can take big steps, and you can take baby steps. And it's not always bad to take baby steps, don't get me wrong. But while taking baby steps and not fully committing yourself to whatever, giving whatever you're doing a purpose and align yourself with that purpose, you're going to get baby blessings. If you're just, okay, I'm gonna work a little bit, I'm gonna do a little bit of this, I'm gonna do a little bit of that, I'm gonna do a little bit. Sometimes you gotta do a lot of something and know the purpose of that. And it can take you away from something you love, a couple steps, but you know the purpose of it. Once you pivot, you'll be right back on point.
Yes.
So
I definitely agree with that, because I feel like you have to really love what you're doing, and you can love multiple things, but one thing at a time. And I feel like that's very important, because I struggled with this many times where I wanted to make comic books. I wanted to do mural stuff, like graffiti. I wanted to do tattooing. I wanted to write books. I wanted to direct. I wanted to make films. I wanted to animate. I wanted to do stop motion. I wanted to build puppets. I wanted to sculpt. I wanted to design.
You wanted to do a lot of shit.
But like ultimately what that happened was every single thing that I was doing, I would say that I was taking sperm steps. Wasn't even baby steps.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like everything was moving like this. So I feel like it's really good to focus super hard on something that you're moving like this. And don't get me wrong, it's always good to move forward. Well, number one is make sure that you're moving forward always, because even if it's not big or it's not small, always value your moments. But focus on that one thing to get you to focus on, and then other things you can like casually enjoy. Like even when we do this now, like both of us are artists.
Yeah.
You do shoots, you do your own photography, printmaking, you do all types of art that we're gonna see soon. And I'm working on writing a book right now.
Yeah.
I'm illustrating, doing galleries. So it's just like, obviously those are things that we're putting, but we're understanding how to manage time between recording and making work and doing our regular jobs and going to school. So,
and I definitely love that. I mean, kind of what you were saying. This had to do with credit, but it looked like the avalanche effect. So the avalanche effect within credit is, okay, it's about building momentum when you're building your credit. So basically, you don't pay the thing with the highest interest rate. You pay off the smallest things first. So if you owe a $500 bill here, a $500 bill here, a $100 bill here, a $50 bill here, you pay off that $50 bill first, because now you feel, so dude, okay, I feel relieved, and you got that momentum now. Pay off that $100 bill, because when you're taking big steps, you're completing. Like, okay, I want to get in photography. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna buy a camera. I'm gonna buy a lens set, bro. Like, if I'm thinking, I want to do this, I want to buy this, I want to do this, bro, I'm gonna go broke. Yeah. So at some point, I gotta acquire everything I need for photography, and understand what I got, and maximize that. Then I gotta acquire everything I need for animation. I gotta understand that. I gotta maximize that, and now I can build from there. You feel me? So when it comes down to fully taking big steps and not baby steps, and like you said, sperm steps, you feel me? Because when you're taking the tiniest steps, it can feel stagnant. When you're taking a step too tiny, it sometimes can feel as though that you didn't take a step at all. So when you can really fully see that step and what that step's purpose was, now you can maximize that and figure out where you want to take that.
I feel like a big thing we're going is like stacking. It's just like we can relate this to so many things, like saving. It's like yes, maybe that quarter or that dime, whatever it is, doesn't feel, or that penny doesn't feel like anything, so you don't save it. But the way you would save, like if you save that one penny, that quarter, $1 here, $50 here, a couple more pennies, over time, that's gonna make a difference. So it's the same thing. It's just like, like even if it's an hour, if you draw an hour every single day, you're definitely gonna get somewhere. Compared to you like, damn, I drew 4 hours this way. 4 hours this day, and today I didn't really have much time to draw, so forget it. I might as well just wait till tomorrow to draw the 4 hours. Like, no, get any little time you can get in there, and don't view anything as minuscule or not important.
Yeah.
Because everything's important, because all of it is process and steps and progression.
I love those conversations going, and I think that this is an elephant in the room for most artists, and we try to invade it, is that you understand, as an artist, you're really a business. You're a corporation. You gotta understand that with that, to be able to support yourself financially through art, you got to understand how to save, what money is really yours to spend, how to invest, how to self-invest, and how to know what money goes back into the business. So to become an efficient business is knowing, okay, for example, all people got to know that you got to be able to pay off your debts first. You got to be able to stack credit, have good credit. I have a good credit score. My credit score is 770. So I have a good credit score, and that's through work, and that work was outside of art. So now I got a good credit score. Okay, so you're paying off your debts, you're doing things like that. I know we talked about this before.
Yeah.
So then from there, you got to build your savings. Everybody should have an emergency savings fund. Your emergency savings funds, and we're young now, but this stuff we should be focused on building. Should be at least $20K, or be able to support you with 3 months. If you was unemployed for 3 months, it should be able to support you through that time. So it should be, for a lot of people, $20K. Then from there, you have your investment portfolio. This investment portfolio could be you as a business. If that's you paying for all the art stuff you need to do to create, that's an investment, because now that investment can now be huge.
Save receipts.
For sure.
I spent like grands on art supplies.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can also become a LLC. From there, those art supplies are now tax write-offs for your business. But like I said, like going back to what I was talking about was being able to invest back into yourself and understand that. Then from there is a retirement fund. If we're artists and we're self-employed, that's a self-employed business. We are self-dependent. We need to be able to also save and invest for our retirement. If that's open up a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA are post-tax dollars. So you put in post-tax dollars into an account that gains, like you basically, it's a stock account, a stock portfolio. And you can get things like mutual funds and just invest your money throughout, have a diverse portfolio. So if you start now, you got to pull it out when you're 65, I believe.
It's like,
Bro, that's like 30 years, 40 years of this compound interest. Because we're 20 now, we're in our 20s now. So you feel me? That's compound, that's 40 years. So that's compound interest that you can get that can become, that can grow all the way to $1 million for your retirement. So that you can, at some point, now you have to rely on selling or making a product that people can buy. So as artists, we got to understand, we got to be financially...
Financial gurus.
Yeah, so financial gurus. We got to be financially liberated to really understand how to support ourselves and understand how to support our craft.
Yeah, because that's like I said, like make sacrifices to achieve the goals you want, because a lot of times, artists, we're human. We want to go out and do things and enjoy things. But if you really value where you want to be, like over what you're getting now, like be patient, because that time that you're saving that money, that time that you're putting time into that craft, because the same amount of time that you should be like studying up on whatever craft you're doing and learning techniques, the same, like you should be learning about how
business and finance.
Business and finance, exactly. So. I know a lot of artists where, I feel like art school is not important, in my opinion, nowadays, because there's a lot of resources out there for you to grab. You have YouTube University. You have,
for sure,
you have online classes that are very cheap compared to a university, and no one really cares about a degree. Let's be real. Like, depending on what it is you're doing, but if you're trying to be a self-made artist, no one cares about your degree.
They care about what?
They care. They
a portfolio.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're a self-made artist, you don't even need what you do. But like no one cares about your degree. And also, if you do want to go to school, I feel like it's learning about business and finance.
Yeah.
Because which you can also learn
on YouTube University.
So it's just like you gotta really understand, and understand and manage, and budget. So it's like every single step you take is part of that build up to where you want to be.
Right. I definitely agree with that. And, everything I just spoke on is stuff that I learned off of YouTube. Mm-hmm. How to build my credit up. Yeah. How to build my credit capital up. What are these things, as well as, what is a Roth IRA? Like I said, I think out of all things, the main thing I want to stress is us building up a retirement fund. An independent retirement fund that's not dependent with working a job. It's a self-reliant retirement fund that we invest in. Because, bro, at some point, we're going to be able to, we want to retire ourselves. Yeah. And that's what we should be more relying on.
That's the biggest strife when it comes to artists is retirement funds. It's like, as an artist, a retirement fund is actually one of the most important things, is because we don't have a big corporation that's going to, like, do everything for us or hold our hand.
It's no pensions in art.
There's no pensions in art.
There's no pensions in art.
Unless you're one of those few that have, I'm not going to say you won't be. It's great if you can have paintings that hold forever value, that is essentially an investment, essentially a stock, kind of like a what is it called, those things you can buy where it's like it builds interest over time.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh, you talking about penny stocks or stocks in general?
No, but unless your painting can hold value like that, regardless, it'd be great that can happen. But the main important thing is making sure you're setting yourself up because you're your own corporation.
Yeah.
For retirement.
Yeah. And that's with all things, bro. Like, the same thing to be a self-reliant business is to be a self-reliant artist. Like, it's all the same stuff. Mm-hmm. So, like, we can't frown upon it. It's just what it is. And, I mean, honestly, I think that just should clarify what goals you need to take. Yes. How can I tell you, bro? Like, I'm not trying to put your business out here, but you haven't got a credit card yet. Yeah. And it's like, bro, like, we're in our 20s. We should be getting credit. But the thing is, no one teaches us. School doesn't teach us that. But what can we do? We can teach ourselves. We can teach ourselves. So, like, me personally, I've been blessed to be able to learn from people around me as well as YouTube to be able to build myself up very well within that credit category. Now, everything else, bro, yes, I still got to get that $20K emergency fund and all these other things. And also be able to have at least, because, start maxifying my Roth IRA every year. So, at the end of the day, I think that's some really good steps. I think we've really touched on some.
But I do want to move on to another point, though.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I feel like we covered, understand and utilize your time with putting time to make your work. Another thing we also covered financials and business. But the third thing is social media. And I feel like people use social media a lot for just consuming basis. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you have to also understand how social media works. So it's like, just like how you understand how the fundamentals of making your work, your craft, just like understanding how to operate businesses and finances, you have to learn how social media works because it's the future.
And it's marketing.
It's marketing.
Social media is marketing.
Yes, because that's like, you're on there consuming. It's just like, the more you consume, the more you give to someone else. I'm not saying it's bad to give to someone else, but that could be you as well. Yeah. And you have to understand that if you want this to be your thing, it's like, all of it is just as important.
That's powerful. That's
just powerful. As important.
It's just as important. So the main thing as an artist, like, let's just say right here, is business, financing, and now we can add it, marketing.
Marketing.
Because marketing is the things that will help you build that capital to put into them finances. Yes. So like I know we talked about is understanding and taking a course, being all on YouTube, understanding online ads, because everything is online ads. Yes. So understand how to market are you selling a product? Or are you providing a service? Me as a photographer, I provide a service. It comes down to wedding photography, portraiture, whatever. You as an artist, you can provide a service when it comes down to you doing illustration and things. But as well as when you start making your books that I'm very excited for, and you already have done it with your brand Berserk, bro, that's a product. So now you gotta know how to market that and how to freaking use online ads to market that. So there's a lot of really good external resources throughout YouTube, on Google, that you can research. And yes, bro, guess what? They're using online ads to push theirs forward towards you when you're using these things as a search engine.
Don't be afraid to share, because I know a lot of people, like me included, would be like, oh, this is not a finished piece. This is just a little step in the process. I don't want to share this. It's like, bro, they eat that up. They eat it up like candy. Like, record everything. And I hate recording, but like even if it's like something simple like you going through your art supplies or a little shy of you working, it's like put everything out there as sketch. Is because a lot of people would enjoy it more than you enjoy yourself because you're your harshest critic. So, well, for most people.
For most people, I think I'm my easiest critic, bro. I'm joshing.
But like, ultimately, like, which just because you feel like it's not valuable doesn't think that other people won't value it. So, don't be afraid to share. And like you said,
business, marketing, and finances. Business, marketing, and finances. I think that's the order it goes.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, because you gotta be able to know how to
Yeah.
how your business operates first. You gotta understand how to market it, and you gotta know how to freaking finance. Well, that's how to freaking have your savings, how to have your investments. So it's business, marketing, and finances. And I think that goes to the end of our episode. This was a great episode. Thank you so much for, bro. You look handsome, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You're a handsome guy. I was thinking that when you was talking, I'm like, dude, this guy's handsome. But thank you so much for tuning in this week, and make sure to tune in next week and find your muse. Like, comment, share, and hit that bell icon.
He can't talk. Like, comment, share,
business,
hit that bell icon.
Financing, business, marketing, and financing.
Bro, you can't talk. You keep doing this.
Damn it.